I make music because I can make music that I like and I can cater to myself, but in reality we live on such a small place with a huge population. There's bound to be people that are going to like what I make as well. My name is Sheldon Williams. I live in Christchurch, New Zealand. My sole purpose, or focus if you will, is to produce electronic music, release electronic music on my label, White Panther, of locals that are living in New Zealand and abroad. Maybe mid-2015 I started making 4/4 music. I am still currently in a duo, but don't necessarily actively produce, called Unspecified. Yeah, we made dark 4/4 music with ridiculous pulls and rees basses and obscure perks that didn't necessarily fit into, again, what you would, I suppose, think of as a classic electronic track. My journey kind of came from harsh to more deeper melodic variation of techno and house. I always have that drive, that force that techno gives you. I like that. I like the tension. But I also like the emotion and the synth, and I like feeling icy, but I also like having bass lines with like, I suppose, different opacities to a certain degree, different textures. I don't know what goes into making a great track. There are fundamentals, there's principles that I understand. I think I'm just starting to get my head around how to break these principles and make them work within an audio spectrum that won't sound like shit when they get mastered. I think that now there are means to create something musical just like this. You can use a computer. The next step could be you wanted to create your own label. It's easy now. I think what is forgotten to a certain degree is quality. I launched a record label called White Panther. Where we are now enables us to promote, distribute, design. One person can essentially cover all elements of what a label needs to survive. The idea of White Panther was, after releasing digital music, to cut records. I mean, that's kind of why I started a label to a certain degree. It's to enable people at the bottom of the world who may not or may never have the opportunity otherwise to hold a physical piece of dance music or play a physical piece of dance music out. That's their own. Yeah, it's going to be my first time getting a physical record cut. I don't necessarily think if I did it earlier I would have been satisfied. I think I needed to wait for an opportunity to come at me, opposed to chasing it and just putting money into something to have some kind of instant satisfaction, opposed to having like an organic personal growth and really liking a track that I've made.
Ultimately, that cutting head is cut colour, and I'm trying to reverse that with an inverse curve, basically to sort of moderate that colour that this is ultimately going to cause.
My track's like 5 minutes 30 and everything.
Yeah? Cool.
where I think he's just like 6'14" or something around there.
Okay, cool.
I think it's really important to remember where electronic music came from. The record is such a long-standing heritage that's still considered like a sacredity. Unfortunately, a lot of the younger generation may not understand. They may not have the drive to look into where the music they're listening to came from or how it evolved. It made national news that vinyl has made a comeback, not just of electronic music nature, but just generally all audio has been starting to get cut more to vinyl. Just to have a piece of physical art that you can carry around that is kind of an expression or extension of yourself is quite a cool thing. I've been collecting records for probably 6 or 7 years now, and I may get rid of some records that I collect, but they're still going to get passed on. Someone else is going to have that record. It's going to always be alive. Yeah, I'm super excited to play the record. I don't really care where I play it, if it's in my bedroom with my dog and a coffee, or if it's at an outdoor party in front of a couple of hundred people. You get to a point where you just don't give a fuck about that side of things anymore, and your sole purpose is to, I suppose I like to call it, nerding out and creating things for the means of personal satisfaction. There's always going to be, I think, in my music, some kind of emotion or emotional synthesis behind where it came from. I'm not saying it's always going to sound the same or always be the same. It'll probably sound completely different in 10 years. But if you trace back through the path, I think you always kind of have where you started from relevant.